We're not in my kitchen today. We're actually at my dining room table because there's a bunch of stuff that goes into this, and I thought it might be actually easier to do here, especially because I don't need to use the stove anyways. So, oh right, I should give a little intro. So, I've been reminding myself to give intros because I'm really excited that the group is growing, and so a lot of you that are new don't know who I am or why I'm doing this. So, I'm Shayna Kamen. I am the founder of Super Simple Nutrition, and my group is, as you know, you're in it, the Super Simple Nutrition Hacks. And I'm a strategic nutritionist, which means that I teach women how to use, not just women, but mostly women, a lot of women, I have a lot of women clients, how to use food as medicine so that you can balance your hormones and be feeling awesome all the time. I'm putting on my glasses so I can see your comments because I lost my contacts. Anyway, so I'm a strategic nutritionist, so I teach people how to use delicious and simple foods as medicine so that you can balance your hormones and be in really good health, feel good all month, lose weight easily, heal indigestion, boost your fertility, pretty much anything that you might want to do, we're able to do really effectively using food as medicine. So, and right now in my group, right now together, we're making a really yummy chocolate chip banana bread that is high in protein and low glycemic, which what that means I can explain in a minute. But I just wanted to give you guys a little intro and welcome to all the new members because we're growing, which is exciting. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing that goes in the bowl is our bananas. Now, I have two pretty looking bananas, which is good, but the best one, you guys are gonna freak out, is this super brown, gross looking one. Now, I wouldn't use it if it was out for so long that it turned this brown, but it got pretty like brown spotty the other day, maybe like I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago. And I was like, I'm going to save it in the fridge. So it's actually even cold right now is the truth. I saved it in the fridge so that we could use it because the trick for making banana bread really good is having overripe bananas. So whenever if you buy bananas, see, I'm just peeling it off. It looks so nasty, right? Just see it in there. Pretty gross looking. When you have overripe bananas and you're like, oh gosh, what am I going to do with these? I don't want to throw it away. If you hate wasting like me, I hate wasting. Then the best thing really to do with it is to let them get overripe, and then you can either put them in the fridge or the freezer, and then when you're ready, you can use them for banana bread. Because the more overripe they are, the better. Why don't I see who's here? I can see that people are here, but I can't see who. You want to wave? Give me a high five. Tell me who you are, where you're watching from. I like to know who I'm with. I like to connect to you guys. Okay, so yes. This bread would be even better. Hey, Mariana, if they were all overripe, but they're only one of them is overripe, but that's okay. Okay, you know what? I need a big mashing fork, and I forgot one, so I'll just go grab it really fast. Okay, I have my big fork. I'm back. Hey, Rachel. Okay, so now tell me if you guys I know you can see when I lift it, but if you can't, basically I'm just mashing it up. See, I'm just like mushing it into pieces. I'm trying to think if this is honestly so simple. Well, it's simpler. It's simpler. Hey, Alana. Oh, with your toddler. Batsheva. Hey, Batsheva. Hey, Alex. So it's simpler than other banana breads and definitely healthier. So I guess we have that going. I don't know if this really counts as super simple. Now look, the super ripe one, the way that like ideally all of them would be, it's like mushes super easily. But the only like regular ripe ones, like the other two that I put in are like good for eating. But I'm just using them because I wanted to make this to you. So that's what we've got. Okay, so I just mashed it up with my fork. Beautiful. Next, we're putting in 3 eggs, okay? We're doing the whole eggs. We don't just do egg whites, we're doing the whole eggs. Especially when you're using really good quality eggs, like these. These are the ones that I recommend to all my private clients. I mean, there's other good ones too, but these ones are really good. The yolk is very good for you, and you don't need to be scared of the cholesterol or what's in it. There's so much good going on in here. So quality matters, but I definitely would keep the whole egg. So look how I crack them. I feel so skilled. Boop. So I just kind of look at it as I'm doing it. For those of you who are like, oh my gosh, you're not checking them. Oops, that one didn't work so well. Doesn't matter. Okay. A big piece of shell fell in. You can see I'm not so fancy. I don't really care. Okay, and then that one. I've never found blood spots in here, so for kosher issues, I'm not concerned. Hey, Brittany. Okay, I'll move that out of the way. Next, I'm putting in my almond milk. You could use any kind of milk you want. If you have any, I wouldn't do soy milk, would not recommend that. But if you have a good quality, you know, animal milk, like, that sounds weird, but like, you know, from cows or goats or something like that, that'd be good. If you had a good quality one, I wouldn't just do a regular. Or you have coconut milk would be good too, or what else could you use? I don't know, they have like oat milk and rice milk, all those are fine. All those would work. Okay, so I'm doing a 1/4 cup of my milk. Mine is almond milk. I'm just kind of dumping in. As you can see, when I bake, I do measure. I'm not careful, but I do measure, because if you don't measure when you bake, it doesn't come out. It's not like with food that you can kind of just eyeball it. That's my experience, at least. Oh, snap, I also forgot the coconut oil. 1 second. I had a feeling I kind of knew that I was forgetting something, but it turns out I forgot 2 things. Okay, here's my coconut oil that I actually buy in like larger amounts from Costco, and then I pour it into this little one so I don't have like that huge thing on my counter. Okay, here's my coconut oil. And I'm using coconut sugar here, but if you don't have that, you can just use like honey, or you could use maple syrup. That would be fine too. It's not super important. I wouldn't do just like plain white sugar, because it affects your blood sugar a lot more strongly. And the whole thing about this being low glycemic is because of the good quality fat to sugar ratio. The thing that makes the biggest difference on your blood sugar is not only the amount of sugar in something, and glycemic index basically means, hey Sarah, basically means the effects that it has on your blood sugar, right? So the biggest thing that controls that is the balance of the good quality fats to the sugar in the food. So believe it or not, like a mango would have like a higher glycemic index than like the good quality chocolate that we made together. So those of you who are new were not there when we made chocolate together. But if you search through this group, like if you, I'm just kind of stirring as I'm chatting with you. Can you see? Just stir, stir, stir. It's not complicated. Oh God, I even forgot there's so many things in this that I'm forgetting. I guess I'm not used to being at the table instead of in the kitchen where I have everything. I also want to put in cinnamon, so I'll get that up in a second. But I think I have everything else. I think. Anyways, okay. So we made chocolate together. That was a really good quality chocolate that was low glycemic. And if you look in the search box of this group, like if you scroll up and there's like a little box, you could say search this group. If you type in chocolate or homemade chocolate, then the video from that should pop up. Probably other things where we mentioned chocolate will pop up too, but if you scroll down, you'll find a video where it says like homemade chocolate or something like that. And then you can see there, and the recipe should be there too for you. But anyways, because in that chocolate, I have a lot of good quality fats and proteins. So even though obviously there's sugar in there, well, it's maple syrup, but there's sweetener, it doesn't affect your blood sugar the same way. Okay, next. Okay, we have to, there's other things I forgot, it turns out. Okay, you guys can see I'm so on the ball today. Okay, we're gonna add vanilla, cinnamon, I'm looking if there's anything else that I forgot, and salt. Okay, I'm gonna grab those things. Okay, thanks for your patience, guys. Any questions? And if you want to tell me like where you guys are watching from, that's fun for me. I love to hear from you what you're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna add in the vanilla. I don't measure the vanilla because I like having more than less, but it's a teaspoon. It's supposed to be a teaspoon. I'll type this up for you afterwards. As you know, I always do that. Okay, And then I'm going to put in like a tablespoon of cinnamon. Also, tablespoon is also really good for your blood sugar. It helps, keeps it under control. And I really like it, so I'm like heavy on it. I always do like more than a tablespoon because I like how it tastes and it helps it not spike your blood sugar. So I go to town. Sippy, you're in Brooklyn. Thanks. Well, I try and look nice for you guys. It's so much harder to watch someone when like they don't look put together. So I try to look put together. Okay. You're in Arizona, Cami? Cool. Thanks. Oh, I'm glad. I love that you're here and that you like my recipes on my page. Makes me happy. Okay. And I remember the baking soda. I was proud of myself for remembering the baking soda. I think. I have it somewhere. I must have put it down. Okay. I guess I forgot it. Should I get up again? Will you guys forgive me? I really grabbed it. I just think it's hidden somewhere. Did it fall down? I have so much at the table now. Okay, let's add what we have so far, and then if I have to get up again at the end, I will. Although I guess I should add in the baking soda now. I totally didn't even grab it. I remember grabbing it. I guess I grabbed the chocolate chips instead. They're right here. Okay, one more time. This is now like a little bit of aerobics, right? A little bit of aerobics because I'm up and down so much. Okay. Here's my little baking soda. See, I have it in a bag because I buy this like huge, I don't know how many pounds, 7-pound bag of it from Costco because I put it in the bath because it's really good for detox. Okay, so now I put in a little bit, teaspoon of baking soda. How much is this? This is a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'll do 4 of these. And honestly, I thought about leaving it out, but if you leave it out, it doesn't rise, and then my family will be disappointed with like a super dense cake. And yes, I totally view these as cake. I don't think this is a bread by any stretch. I will serve this as dessert. Although, if my kids like take it in the morning without asking, I won't be upset because it has a lot of good quality fats and proteins in it. Okay, once I'm done stirring it, then I'll get into everything else that I told you I would talk about. Oh, who else is joining? Say hi if you're new or if you're old. Either way, Ilana. Awesome. Yes, you're so welcome. Thanks for, yes, that's why I do it. So you have a sense of how it will be, because I've learned myself that like so many things that seem easy are easy once you do them. But if you've never done them, it's just like causes anxiety because you're just like, oh, but what did you mean? Stir it until there's no lumps. How many lumps? Does that count as a lump? Once you see someone do it, you're like, oh, that really was easy. I could totally do that. So that's why I do it. Okay. And we're going to do a pinch of salt. I also haven't made this in a long time, as you can tell. That's why I'm kind of off my game. But we're going to forgive me and move on. Okay. And now we're going to do my coconut flour. It's not organic, but we're going to forgive that too. And I was excited because they had this back. Remember for a long time I was using the Trader Joe's one, which is also a really good one, but it's just not as good of a deal. This one is from Costco, and they delivered it to me, so that was like a double win. I can't even fit this in the bag. Oh well, we'll pour it. And we're doing 2.5 cups, why won't it open, of almond flour. It's a little messed up. It's okay. So if I accidentally pour too much, it doesn't matter. It's going to be okay. Let's see. Here we go. So far, I'm not spilling too much. Okay, 1. Let's see. Maybe I should stand. See that big thing? I guess that will count as 2. 2. Because I keep it in the freezer, so it gets really hard. Why do I keep it in the freezer? Let me pour this and then I'll, 2.5. Okay, good. That's 2.5. Okay, I keep it in the freezer. Hi, new people. Say hi. Tell me where you're from. For some reason, it doesn't tell me everyone's names. Only sometimes will tell me who's watching. Sometimes just the numbers change. But anyways, I keep it in the freezer because nuts and grains is the truth. They all actually go rancid pretty quickly. And so to maintain the nutritional value, I try to keep all of my like nuts and grains in the freezer, except for my raw nuts or roasted nuts that I like to eat regular. I don't keep them in the freezer because then they would taste gross. And also I go through them fast. Hey, Connie, you're in Passaic. Hey, what's up? My mom's in New Jersey. She's in West Orange. And if you guys have any questions, of course, let me know. Okay, so as I'm just stirring, can you see? It's all lumpy. I don't care. I mean, if it's huge lumps, I'm trying to like break it apart. But it looks kind of like a cake batter, you know? It's like gonna look familiar. It's not like when we made the almond bread and it was like so weird looking. It would look kind of like how you're expecting it to look if you've ever made a regular one before, like with regular ingredients. Jerica, what am I making? I'm making chocolate chip banana bread that's high in protein and low glycemic because we're using almond flour instead of regular flour. Or even whole wheat flour we're using almond flour. And almonds are high in protein and good quality fats. And we also put in eggs, which are high in protein. We put in 3 of them. And coconut oil, which is also a really good quality fat. So that's what we're doing. Watching a 5-year-old while making spelt bread. Cool. Cool. Yeah, a lot of people feel better on spelt than regular wheat. In my family, we don't feel better, so I just don't bother. Hi, my husband's coming in. He's going to be the one to tell me how awesome this is after I tell myself. Okay. Okay, so now it looks kind of like batter. And now I'm going to add in like, I don't know, a half of a cup of chocolate chips. About a half. I'm going to measure in here. We'll see how it goes. Yehuda, you can say hi if you want. Hi. Oh, you're obsessed with almond flour and coconut oil. Awesome. So, Jerica, if you're new to the group, you can search, if you put in the search box for, I've been going live every week in here since I started the group I think in January. And every week we do a new recipe. And all of them are healthy and easy, of course. Because otherwise I wouldn't do it. So you can search in there and a lot of the stuff you said. Okay, so that's like what I added in. I'm just going to stir it and see if it looks like a good amount. Because in general, I try to use as little chocolate chips as I can get away with and have it still look like something that I would want to eat. Because if it's too many chocolate chips, it's just more sugar. The more chocolate's in there, the more sugar. And the more addicting it becomes, which I don't really want it to be. I want to be able to eat it and be like, that was so good. And then when I'm done with my piece, be like, I'm satisfied, not like, oh my God, I have to eat the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to add a little more because you see, it's like it's a little unimpressive. I don't want someone to like get a piece of it and be like, oh, my whole slice only has 1 piece of chocolate. Yeah, that's kind of my rule of thumb when adding chocolate chips is like as little as I can get away with, or people won't be sad with the piece they got, like, or the cookie, whatever it is that I'm making. Also, you know what, Jerica, if you're looking for recipes, if you look in the videos for the group, like if you like just kind of like poke around with the buttons and like do the videos, the vast majority of all the videos are me. And the vast majority of me is making stuff. A couple of them is just me talking, explaining things or telling you about cool stuff or whatever's going on. Not like talking about my hair, although I probably mentioned my hair. But okay, here we go. So that's it. Woo! Now we're gonna pour it into our cool little baking dish. Mary, is there a sweetener in there other than the chocolate chips? Because you joined a little late. Yes, I used coconut sugar. I used, what did I put in? I put in how much did I put? I'm looking at my thing. I haven't made this in so long I can never remember everything anymore. A 1/4 cup. And you could use like honey or something else. Honestly, I feel pretty good on honey and coconut sugar. Like, to me, my body responds to them pretty similar. Oh, you didn't see. I just poured coconut oil in here, and I'm rubbing it around the pan so that it won't stick so much when I try to get it out. Hopefully it won't stick at all. That's the idea. What was I saying? Oh, I use